2-0, the final. Pat Maroon scored the first goal for the Lightning, and Andrei Vasilevskiy standing on his head. 49 saves in this game as the Lightning win it 2-0 and sweep the President Trophy winning Panthers. And this is a curse that's gone on for quite some time. 9 straight President's Trophy winners have failed to win the Stanley Cup. The Blackhawks were the last to do so in terms of winning the President's Trophy and then winning the Stanley Cup. The last team, by the way, to get swept in a playoff series in terms of the President's Trophy, the Lightning in 2019. The goaltender in that series for the opposing team was Columbus, was Sergei Bobrovsky. The opposing goaltender in this series, Sergei Bobrovsky. So the Lightning returned the favor, and they sweep the Panthers out of the Stanley Cup playoffs in dominant fashion, thanks to Andrei Vasilevskiy. Get some instant analysis. Welcoming former NHL winger Alan May, who played 8 seasons in the National Hockey League, who joins us from Saskatchewan. 2-time defending Stanley Cup champs sweep the President Trophy winning Panthers. What's your reaction?
Well, I am not surprised. And the National Hockey League, the Stanley Cup, is the hardest trophy to win in sports. It's the toughest championship. It's not like the NBA where you know who's going to be in the finals pretty much every year, and it's an easy bet. When I look at what this is, though, this is the Tampa Bay Lightning, and this is miraculous to do it in 4 games straight without Braden Point. They did it without their best player. He's their engine, and to do it the way they did it, they leaned on defense, physical play, and the best goalie in the world right now, and Andrei Vasilevskiy. So am I surprised? No, because they know that it's defense first and physical play, physical sacrifice that wins, and there's a buy-in from every player on the Tampa Bay Lightning to win this series. And it, they say it's a curse, but I just think it's so damn hard to win the Stanley Cup.
Indeed, it is. I mean, we see it each and every year. We see the Stanley Cup playoffs, how good they are, how competitive they are in terms of the battles from each club. Pat Maroon, and as you mentioned, Andrei Vasilevskiy, the difference in Game 4. Vasilevskiy has 6 shutouts in his last 7 series-clinching games, 49 saves in Game 4 tonight, the most in a series closeout game. What more can you say about Andrei Vasilevskiy, the former Vezina Trophy winner?
Well, last week when I was on with you, we talked about how Vasilevskiy stole Game 6 against Toronto. Game 7, absolutely phenomenal. Just continues to rise up to these big occasions, and he's never been a problem for them. So you look at, it's Braden Point is the engine. Andrei Vasilevskiy is the brick wall that provides the big saves. And he kept his team in this game in the first period. They were outshot 18-3. They survived the first 10 minutes, but it was in their home rink. But you know that the Panthers were absolutely desperate. They were firing from all angles. They were flying. But Vasilevskiy gives his team so much confidence. And I don't care what league, what age group you're in, pro, not pro, collegiate, junior, amateur, you name it. You have to believe in your goaltenders. And I don't think there's a team that's ever believed in their goaltender more in the last 15, 20 years. This guy has been phenomenal. And I am not surprised that he did this once again.
The definition of standing on his head. Meantime, the Panthers scored 3 goals in the entire series. And consider this, Alan, this after averaging a league-high 4 goals per game during the regular season. They finished 1 for 31 on the power play. This is a team that traded for Claude Giroux, Ben Sherratt at the deadline, 2 of the best players in the National Hockey League. What the hell happened to the Panthers in this series?
Well, I think because the Panthers played the Washington Capitals, and the Washington Capitals did not play enough complete games, but they showed what the weakness could be. It was a 4 or 5-man wall at the defensive zone blue line. And when they managed pucks, they were in the games. So what you use is that first round as a template, of a scouting template, to see what the weakness, what the strengths of the team are coming out of the first, because you get a really good look, because one team's putting it all online. The scouting report is a lot better. So when you look at that, the Tampa Bay Lightning, they're a lot more disciplined than the Washington Capitals, and they were focused and they stuck with the game plan, the defensive game plan, the physicality, the taking the middle of the ice away for 60 minutes or whatever they needed to win the games. So when you take that, they were consistent, and they knew without Point they had to be perfect defensively. They had to manage pucks, but they're a big team. They know what works. And John Cooper is a believer, even though you have guys like Stamkos, Kucherov, just absolute studs offensively. Victor Hedman, best all-around defenseman in the game probably. But you look, they depend on defense first, and their coach believes in that, and they can adapt. They can do what is needed. Everyone understands their role. Their role players roll it out. Their superstars star. They play how they're supposed to. And when you have a buy-in from every single player on your team to the game plan, no matter what their skill level is, no matter their height, their weight, how fast they skate, how fast they don't skate, you're going to win games. And they were, it's just incredible that they have done what they've been able to do in this series and shut down, take the confidence away from the Florida Panthers. I think it's been spectacular.
Yeah, so the President Trophy curse continues. 9 straight President's Trophy winners have failed to win the Stanley Cup. And look, Alan, everyone wants to know this. What's next for the Panthers?
Well, it's a learning experience, and it's that they have to have, multiple game plans. They have to be able to rely on physical hockey and defensive hockey at times. They're a fast team. They run and gun. And during the season, I absolutely loved watching them. They were always on the run, odd man rushes, breakaways, fast breaks, and they've got to figure out how to play a little bit different style. They're going to have to clog up the neutral zone. They're going to have to out defense some other teams because they have the guns. And, one of the things that you don't want to have when you're a team like Florida, you don't want to eat your own. You don't want to beat up on your players and your teams and say this guy can't play the system or this guy's not a playoff player. You know what? Adapt like the Tampa Bay Lightning did when they were swept by Columbus and Bobrovsky got the win in that series. They figured out we got to be a grittier hockey team. Everyone thought the Lightning were going to cruise through the playoffs, and they got out-gritted. They got out-D'd. They got out-goaltendered, and they figured it out. That stuff is important, so the Panthers are going to have to add that to their arsenal because when you look how you win a Stanley Cup, it's defense first, excellent goaltending, having a great game plan, scoring timely goals, being lucky with injuries. There's a lot that goes into it, but it's usually how you play without the puck, and Tampa Bay Lightning have that figured out. So the Panthers are going to have to add that to what they do, and I think that they can rise to that occasion and be a team that learns from their mistakes.
Well, we got the President's Trophy curse and perhaps a strip club curse. I don't know if you heard about the report that the Panthers were out at the establishment, so they're cursed after that as well as they get swept out of the playoffs here at the hands of the Tampa Bay Lightning. So the Lightning going to play the winner, Carolina, New York, in the Eastern Conference Finals. Canes lead that series 2-1. Colorado's the favorite to win the Stanley Cup right now. Tampa Bay's second. Of the two, who would you pick to win the Cup at this point?
Well, when I look at it right now, I'm still on Tampa. They're still the champion to me. They're still the favorite because they understand and they're not uptight going into games. And hopefully they get Braden Point back so that they get rid of any excuse that can be there. And when you look at that, and with Colorado, they've been fortunate. They've been very healthy so far, but they've still got to get there. But I'm going to still lean on Tampa right now because they know that they can frustrate teams, that they can, keep the offensive players to the perimeter and block out. So I'm bullish still on the Lightning. I think the Avalanche have made some great trades and added to their defensemen. They're still healthy in these playoffs. But goaltending is a question mark with the Colorado Avalanche until they can prove that it is not.
Lightning looking to become the first team to win 3 straight Stanley Cup titles since the Islanders from 80 to 83. That was a dominant run back then, and right now the Tampa Bay Lightning on quite a dominant run as we speak, advancing to the Eastern Conference Finals thanks to a 4-game sweep of the Florida Panthers. Alan May break it down for us here on CBS Sports HQ. Alan, thanks.
Talk to you soon.
Do you want a sports network that delivers everything that matters about the game? The highlights, the picks, the instant analysis, no yelling, no fake debates, no politics. Hit the subscribe button and never miss a moment.